Hello everyone, Wayne from the CERN Earth and Space Center here. In today's video we're going to be taking a look at the stars, shapes, and objects that you can find in the sky right now during the month of April in 2022. So without much further ado, let's jump right into our sky simulator software and take a look at what you can find out there. So here we are, standing in front of the CERN Earth and Space Center on the campus of Triton College in River Grove, Illinois, just outside the city of Chicago. We have our date set for April 15th, right in the middle of the month, and our time is set for 10 o'clock at night, which is about 2 hours after the sun sets, which is the best time to go out and take a look. Now, 10 o'clock is a little bit later than our wintertime videos have been, but that's because we have jumped into daylight savings time, so we sprung forward that extra hour, which pushes sunset a little bit later, and the days are still getting longer. They will continue to get longer until the summer time when they'll start to get shorter. But we are firmly set here in our time, and we can see some stars right over the Space Center facing towards the west. And we'll see all of our wintertime stars are in this area of the sky. So we have Orion is halfway below the horizon. We have the bright star Sirius is still a little bit visible around 10 o'clock in the constellation of Canis Major. We have the other shapes of our winter circle, Auriga, the Charioteer, the Gemini twins, the little dog, Canis Minor. All of these are still somewhat visible, but they're going to be disappearing below the horizon pretty early on in the evening, and you won't be able to see them for too much longer. So if you want to see your wintertime stars, get out there now in early to mid-April. Otherwise, you'll have to wait until next year. But we do have some bright springtime stars beginning to rise up out of the east. So to see those, let's zoom out just a little bit and turn ourselves. We're going to face directly towards the south. Bring up our markers so we can see the south here. And then we look straight up into the sky. And almost directly overhead at 10 o'clock at night, we have a very recognizable shape, some bright stars here that make up Leo the Lion. Now, Leo is very recognizable because of that sort of backwards question mark shape with the very bright star Regulus, or the heart of the king, sitting right in the chest of Leo the Lion. I'll bring up the artwork really quickly so we can see Leo. There he is. So that backwards question mark is the mane and head. And then you have the rest of the body right there, and the bright star right in his chest, the heart of the king. So Leo is going to be pretty easy to spot because he is almost directly overhead. Other stars, though, might be a little bit harder to find to work your way around, but we have a little trick that we can use to help us find some of these. They are bright stars, but what we're going to do is we're going to turn and look a little bit higher up until we see that handle and the spout of the Big Dipper. There we go. So we find that big spoon in the sky, and then we can use this group of stars to help us point our way around and find some other cool things. We can use it to help us find the North Star, which I have talked about in previous videos, but during the springtime you can use it to find some other bright stars that you might not be able to find quite so easily. What you do is you follow the curve of the handle of that Big Dipper. You follow that big arc that it makes and keep drawing that big arc shape. It'll point you right towards this bright star, which is named Arcturus. The easy way to remember that is you arc to Arcturus. And then you have found the constellation of Boötes the herdsman. He's a shepherd up there in the sky, although I like to think of this as an ice cream cone or a milkshake up there. It's visible throughout the spring and into the early summer, so on those really hot days, it's nice to think about something cool like ice cream. But he is supposed to be a person that is the herdsman Boötes. There he is up there in the sky. And then we can continue using that Big Dipper handle. If we arc our way to Arcturus, once we get there, then we don't keep drawing a big circle, but rather we just shoot down in the same direction we were going, spiking straight on to this bright star Spica, which is right here. It looks like it's part of this kind of giant space slug crawling through the sky, but that is actually the constellation of Virgo, the Maiden, who we can see here. Now, Spica is the Latin word for wheat, which is also the name of this star, and that is why whenever you see a picture of Virgo the Maiden, she's generally shown holding some wheat in her hand because of that star Spica. Now, the rest of the stars in Virgo are a little bit harder to spot. They're not very bright, so once you find Spica, then you know that you're looking at it. And on the 15th, it will be pretty easy to spot because the full moon is right in the middle of Virgo. So it might actually wash out that star Spica a little bit, make it a little bit hard to see. But if you're looking at the full moon on the 15th, then you know you're looking right towards Virgo, the Maiden. And those are some of the bright stars and shapes that you can see in the month of April. Well, thank you everyone for joining us for this look at our night skies for the month of April in 2022. Hope you all enjoyed the video. Make sure you like and subscribe, and come visit us if you get a chance here at the CERN Earth and Space Center in River Grove. We are open to the public, doing public shows on Saturday evenings. Check out our website, which is in the description, for more info on when and how you can see those shows. But if you can't make it out to see us, that's fine too. Just remember to get out there and take a look at your nighttime skies.